Perfect.
What's going on, guys? Work week is over with finally. I got the final part for the fuel system itself. I got the fuel pressure regulator right here, and then the fuel pressure sensor and that flex fuel sensor itself. Pretty stoked about it. Shouldn't be too hard. Gotta go ahead and pull the fuse off, get that fuel drained out of the lines itself, throw some zip ties in there, get these fittings off, and yeah, we're gonna start from there. Oh no, it's not starting. Oh no. Cool. Yeah. There we go, zip ties. That wasn't that bad. Who needs a special tool when you got zip ties? Alright. Alright. Get up in there so I can see, like, over my shoulder. Alright, just pull it out. There we go. Alright, so we got the feed right here, and then the one underneath it. That's the return. On the white one. Zip tie trick. Did it for on the rail, but let's see on the firewall itself. Alright, so I literally just got the first one off, and I just dropped the zip ties. So I don't know. Oh, I see him, but I can't get to him. Looks like I donated some zip ties. I'm gonna get this bracket off for the stock system. Looks like down there, I don't know, 2 10 mils or so. All right, so we got these two. All right, so we got the feed line and the return line back there taken off. All right, that bolt underneath, I'll show you guys real quick. You got this vacuum line right here, and then the vacuum line down here. Can you see it? All right, cool. So I can rip this thing out. Dog's about to eat somebody. Get this thing out. Yeah. All right, stock fuel system, pretty jank. I just gotta figure out how to get all this put together. Give me a few seconds, and then yeah. Honestly, I don't. It's pretty confusing.
3 hours later.
All right, so got the fuel pressure regulator in there. Just do it together, just a mallet and a bolt and a nut, and then connected the return line back onto it, and then I have that hose going over to the flex fuel sensor itself. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard. It's down up in there. So it's going to the flex fuel sensor going back to the return. God bless your soul. So the next thing is decide where to put the fuel pressure sensor. So I'm either thinking like right here, you know, and then have the wire going over to the TGVs itself. Thinking about right here, like over in this corner, but then I don't know if I might have enough wire, or I can throw it on the sensor itself, the flex fuel sensor itself. But realistically, I'm thinking about just throwing it right here, and then wire it up over there. And then for the flex fuel sensor, I need to get to the TGV back here. It's a wire mess, can't really see that. And get back there and plug it in, as well as the O2 sensor for the flex fuel sensor itself. A lot of sensors, a lot of plugs, a lot of wires. There you go, clips on, somewhat solid. Yeah, all right. Throw this little guy on there. Little nipple on it. And then snip this guy off, put this T into it, and run the hose to this little nipple right here on the fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, get that T fit and pushed up in there. We'll slap a zip tie on it, then we'll be good to go, dude. All right, so got the fuel pressure sensor put in. Got the T put in there as well, ran back through onto the fuel pressure regulator itself, all zip tied, all the ends are zip tied. Now I'm gonna run the wire for the fuel pressure sensor. Probably gonna throw it like up and under here, through here, all that good snaz. And then that plug that is right there, that white one, that's where we're gonna plug into. So I gotta get all this off real quick. All right, so this plugs right in, right? So it plugs into the TGV, the wire that I ran itself, and it has two fittings. One plugs into the factory harness itself, and then one plugs into the TGV. Ran that wire all the way through underneath, plugged it into the fuel pressure sensor itself. Sweet, and then that's just the feed. That's the main, the feed line. Should use that one. And then wires for the flex fuel sensor. Gotta get underneath the car to get to all those. I'll try to bring the camera underneath too, because it's like, it's underneath there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can't even see it myself, but yeah, we're gonna try. All right, so found the O2 sensor right here. Okay, so that's the back of the car, right? O2 sensor. It's on the wire, plugged right in, okay? So unplugged the wiring harness for the O2 sensor from that one. Plugged in my two adapters, ran the wire. I have it zip tied up. Got the flashlight. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but right, so those two pigtails, I unplugged that TGV valve and plugged in those. This is for the flex fuel sensor. I have it ran up to the top of the engine bay. This is on the driver's side. All right, let's go back to the engine. Let's go back to the top. All right, sweet. So I think I got everything put back together, maybe correctly, hopefully. This is just the wire for my sub. And then, all right, cool. So sensor, recap this again, right? So power to the sensor down there, the little orange connector, flex fuel sensor, the return line coming back, going down to the flex fuel sensor itself, coming back out, going over to the fuel pressure regulator. So that comes into there, and then the fuel pressure regulator comes out right here, then goes back to the return. Then I have that little vacuum line coming over here, teeing off. For my fuel pressure sensor, have that line tucked up all the way over here, and then plugged in right over here. And for those two wires for the other side of the TGV and for the O2 sensor, I thought it was gonna be a lot more difficult, but honestly it wasn't that bad. It was literally, I just had someone else, one of my buddies, bring his hand down here and then kind of help me pull off that little tab. I think I got it. Throw the battery back in, throw the intake back on. Yes, that's, so the sensors still need to be calibrated too. So once when I go get it tuned at a dyno, then hopefully he can go ahead and like do whatever they do and make it run right. All right, let's see. Fuel pumped on. I mean, I don't see anything leaking down there either. Looking pretty solid, right? Cool. Alright guys, so we got the fuel lines put in. There's no leaks. The fuel pressure sensor and the flex fuel sensor as well is not leaking at all. Got to get that tuned for it so the sensors can talk to the ECU itself. But overall, I think it wasn't too bad. Just kind of a struggle getting underneath the car and trying to get that one little clip off, and then that old 12 mil or 10 mil or whatever for the fuel pressure regulator. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. So the next video about this car will be on the dyno or trying to get it tuned so we can get some numbers. I don't know what these guys are doing over here, messing with something. Yeah, but anyway, like this stock fuel system is real bulky. I mean, honestly, I think it cleaned up a lot. Even though it still looks like a rat's nest right over here. All these wires and whatnot and just hoses going everywhere. Did the best I could to make it somewhat clean. But I don't know, something with these engine bays, like they're just, I just feel like it's just a rat's nest. So anyways, that's the end of that. I'll see you guys later. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.